All right, guys, welcome back. It's been 2 months since I've made my last video, and I'm going to spare you all the personal details, but there's been a bunch of stuff that's happened in life, and it is what it is. But I'm going to try to get back into this, and I'm going to make this video, this short little video where I just want to handle a couple little things that are bothering me because comments have been made, and I agree with some of the things in the comments. So I'm going to take care of, two things that I think are really important to take care of immediately, and then I'm gonna just end this video real quick, and then I'm gonna go into the next one, which I want to start crafting. I thought I was going to get into save game, but I spent a lot of time on save game and it didn't work out. But a lot of people are talking about crafting, and I think it's a good idea to be able to do this, and it actually isn't that difficult. So we're going to get into this, and the first thing that was mentioned is the ability system component inside the player controller. And I think it's good that someone mentioned this to me, because currently how we have this in the player controller, it's kind of jank a little bit. I've got the RPG ability system component here, but then I have get RPG ability system component in this, and let's see where we use it. You can see like during here if is valid, and then we get it every time and check it to make sure that it's valid. And then where's this where is the get ability system component there? We can change this, we can get rid of this. And then I want to see where that get right here, where we just every single time we check the players, or the first time it checks the player state. If not, if it does that, it returns that. I don't like it. They don't like it. I don't like it. I agree. There's a much better way. This is for multiplayer. We can do it properly. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to dump this get RPG ability system component. We're going to handle that. And then we're going to come up here into the public, and then this virtual, we're going to do some virtual overrides. The first one is virtual void, and then it's called init player state. Now, the owner of the player state is the player controller, technically. It's not the player. So in the server version, the init player state is what we're going to use. And we are going to say RPG ability system component equals, we're going to if the RPG player state, and we say RPG player state, and we can set that equal to cast RPG player state onto we can literally just say player state, because it's just a variable that's accessible inside the player controller. So if that's it, then we could say RPG ability system comp equals RPG player state. We always have the get RPG ability system component. We leave it like that. So from here, we can just get rid of all this nonsense and then just say RPG ability system comp like this, and then RPG ability system comp like this. And we could just trash this whole function like this, and we can keep scrolling, and then we could do this, get rid of this separate call, and we could just say this, and we're gonna keep scrolling, make sure it's nowhere else. Okay, great. So that handles the server. So next, what are we gonna do? We have another virtual void, and this is on rep player state, just like we have inside the player. The player controller has the on rep player state. We're going to do the exact same thing. We could literally just copy this like this, and this will handle getting the RPG ability system component in the proper according to initialization timings, and we're not going to have to do the jank get it every time. So this is going to clean it up and handle it like that. So I think that's a good one to take care of. I can't remember who exactly did that. I can give them thanks for mentioning this, that it should be handled here. And then the other one is on the multiple damage types, or excuse me, no, not on the multiple damage types, but on the rolling prefixes and suffixes on the equipment. This is all the possible prefixes and all the possible suffixes, but like someone mentioned, using this specific method right here is going to be an issue where the prefixes and the suffixes you could technically roll. If you add categories and stuff, you can just insta roll both on all sides. And like they said, especially in these games that separated like this, there are specific prefix rolls and there are specific suffix rolls, but they still want the ability to individually label. They still want the ability to add categories, etc., etc. So we're going to come to the equipment definition. So we have this. And then this is our possible equipment stats where we have all this like this. So if we want prefix category and specific category tags, we are going to make another fgameplay tag container, and this will be we'll just call prefix exclusion tags, and we'll set that equal to fgameplay tag container, empty container. And then we're going to do the same thing with the uProperty. Edit defaults only, and then we're going to do the same thing, and then this will be the suffix exclusion tags. And just by adding that there, and we do that, then we can come back onto this, and then we can take now we're going to do this after, right? So we're going to take all the possible prefixes, we're going to get all the category tags, all the specific ones. We're going to add them all in there. And then we're going to take the all possible prefixes and we're going to remove tags. And we're going to say it off the equipment CDO, possible stat rolls, dot prefix exclusion tags. So now after it's all been done like that, then we are going to just clear out the ones that we don't want in there. So then we'll take the suffixes and do the same thing. Possible stat rolls dot suffix exclusion tags. So now we'll show, just by doing this, we'll go look at one example of how we're going to do this. All right, now that we're back in the editor, we're going to come in here and we're just going to say equipment definitions, and we're going to see, like on the shield, for example, we're going to open this up. And then we're going to see prefix exclusion tags and suffix exclusion tags, because right here, the suffix, we have all the ability load tiers and all the attribute load tiers, right? But if I want to say this stat effect attribute, what do we have? The low tiers, right? So stat effect attribute low tier. What if I want to say I don't want to do any damage in the suffixes? So you could just do it like this, and then now when you go to roll this, you will still have all of the ability for all the damage types to come into the prefix, and that'll be on the wooden shield. So let's make sure if I add one, let's come back to the player controller and make sure that if I add one, where the heck is this? Player controller. Let's press 1. This is mace. Let's see, wooden shield. I want to delete. Nope. Delete. I just want the wooden shield for now, just to show that we can roll a bunch of wooden shields, and now we are never going to have damage inside the suffix, right? So ice shard skill ranks, health, fireball, ice shards, base ice damage is up there, shield, fireball, shield, movement speed, range, percent ranged fire damage is up there, but you can see we're not doing all that. Now, if we want to do some other things, you could definitely do that, but I think that's a good idea to be able to do that. So I'm going to cut this video off here, and then I'm going to go right into making and starting the path down the crafting line, and I'll catch you guys doing that.